So it is Monday morning. I believe it's October 12th. Anyway, I just put up some audio from a phone call that I had with the state police. Now, I have a few thoughts on this. Since we have been gathering everything, and I mean everything, there's a lot that has not been seen or heard. But the audio that I just put up was a phone conversation that I had with the state police. What had happened was Christine Bento and I had been out for the day, and we had just come from visiting Joseph's grave. And I mean, this whole story that I'm going to tell you is also, I believe, on Auditing America on YouTube, where I stood before the council. So, the council, they sit there, with no fucking expression. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck of what is happening in the community. But anyway, that's for another day. There was one person on the council, and he's no longer there, and he actually went to Don Grebian and Frank Milos and was like, why are you people not doing anything with what she's saying? And they told him to stay away from me. So anyway, so let's get to the audio that I put up today. So the audio I put up today, to give you a little background, I just told you that we had just come from seeing Joseph at the cemetery. And I received a call from my husband, Michael, that said that when he got home, there was a calling card in the mailbox from the state police telling us that they needed to make contact with me. So, we pulled over, and because I didn't know what it was about, I was like, oh my God, maybe they realized that, how bad Pawtucket police are. And they have, looked into it. Nah. So, I get on the phone and you hear the audio. There's more to the audio. I did a short, I did that, and there is another part that I did not put up. But as you can hear on that audio, the state police is saying that, that they had come out to the house. You can figure out what happened. That they had come out to the house. They were making contact with me because my Facebook, supposedly, was all about the Pawtucket Police Department and Tina, right? That post had nothing to do with Pawtucket. Had nothing to do with Pawtucket. So I had been in this other, it's kind of like for the area, and I'm not disclosing because we're going to be doing it in court. But I had been involved in a chat about a mass shooting, and some people were saying that they were armed. But they didn't shoot back. And because they were armed, but that wasn't their intent to ever kill anyone. And here's this mass shooter, and it was just, there was a lot of obviously hysteria in this particular chat. And again, not even in our state. And it was more, you're watching this and you're feeling like you're in a movie and this person is doing, killing people. And I think that my mindset at that time was, kill what's killing you. If this person is a mass shooter and you have some kind of weapon on you to take that person out, instead of having them kill numerous people, then I get that. Kill what's killing you. Like, I can see that. Like, you might be the next victim, but the person, 3 feet away from you has already died from this person, and they're not stopping. So it was kind of like it was a back and forth about being a Christian. Where does that lie? Where does that lie? And because not everybody, I believe, not everybody that gets a gun for self-defense most people probably never feel that they would ever need to use that. And then when it comes to the time that they might need to, they might not use it. So, but again, this had nothing to do with Pawtucket. Absolutely nothing to do with Pawtucket. And it was just a very heated, sad, confusing situation that happened down south. So, the state police come to my house. And for some reason, my post that said, kill what's killing you, was taken that I wanted to kill the chief of police. So I guess my Facebook was supposed to be just always about Tina. My life, I guess, is supposed to always just to be about Tina. And what she doesn't realize, or what people that are not on my Facebook, they don't realize, is I post a lot of other things. Music that I like, music that reminds me of Joseph, videos, pictures, and things like that of Joseph. It might even be, I don't know, it might be just something that I came across that I liked and I wanted to repost it. So anyway, so you hear my conversation with the state police. Now, mind you, the state police is coming to my house to make contact with me. And, because they're concerned over a post on Facebook. But yet they knew that James Bano sent people to my home. And how much contact did the state police have with James Bano? How much contact did the state police have with Turtle Boy Sports Kate Peter? How much information does the state police have about the Turtle Boy Sports situation? Because I went there. You know what happened? Absolutely fucking nothing. They contacted Pawtucket, and Pawtucket said, yeah, no, that didn't happen. Well, we have it. We have, James Bano reaching out to them, explaining what a legit fucking piece of shit fucking FOP president in Pawtucket he is, and that everything else would go to another email. But he wanted to show them that he was legit by sending that email the initial contact email with Turtle Boy Sports. Legit. I'm legit. Look it. I'm sending it from my FOP president fucking Pawtucket Police Department fucking email address. You know what happened with that? Absolutely fucking nothing. I have emails with Sean Linus and others at the Attorney General's office telling them I was in fear for my life because people came to my home. But the Pawtucket police send the state police to my home for a post on my Facebook. Now, here we go with twofold. Craig Letourneau in federal court accused Christine of threatening to kill the chief of police. That never happened. That never fucking happened. His excuse for the reason that for years they were monitoring Christine Bento and myself was because there was a threat made. No. No. There was no threat ever made to Tina. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, I don't know what she does in her daily life. I mean, she probably does have people threatening her, but it wasn't me and it wasn't Christine Bento ever threatening her. But so we had recently, because I can say it, there's going to be something coming out in a newspaper of everything that Lynn Farinelli has been through with the state, with the Pawtucket Police, the state police, the Attorney General's office, even down to ADA compliance with even APRA's and Frank Milos' testimony about dumping 104 calls that he had no idea what I was looking for, but he just decided to dump them instead. So not only that, we have the court proceedings coming up. And one of the reasons that I was arrested was for cyber stalking. Craig Letourneau in federal court admitted that the whole fucking detective unit did nothing but fucking stalk my Facebook and Christine Bento's Facebook. So there you go. So I got arrested for supposed cyber stalking while the Pawtucket Police Department used taxpayer dollars to sit down in the office, not doing their fucking job, and just sit on social media. And he named them. And Tina's well aware of it. Dave Holden's well aware. And then these are higher ranking officers that are allowing this. And this is cyber stalking. So in order for them to have even known that I had posted something that had nothing fucking to do with them, they would have had to been on my Facebook, and they're the ones that contacted the state police. Now, again, the only paperwork that the state police have is about my post on Facebook. What happened to the Turtle Boy Sports situation where we all went in and sat down and gave all the information about the Turtle Boy Sports situation? That went away? Did that go away? Didn't go away on my end, because as you can see, we tape everything. We tape everything. Phone calls, anything like that we might need later on. Frank Milos has no idea the library of phone conversations that him and I have had. I'm going to get into a little bit of that in my next video because I don't want this to be too long. But, and I also want to talk about 3 people this weekend mentioned Frank Milos. And it was all 3 different situations. And I want you to know my response to that. My response to how I feel about Frank Milos. Anyway,